Companies move from self-managed to cloud-managed databases for two main reasons: to cut operational overhead and to gain scalability and performance. In turn, managed services eliminate manual tasks like patching, version upgrades, and capacity planning. GCP's managed databases allow you to leverage cloud services and resources, expedite delivery, and increase business value. Hi, I'm Adi Stadtfeld, a product manager at Google Cloud. I spent years managing large production systems before joining product, and I now lead homogeneous migrations for Database Migration Service, DMS. A homogeneous migration is a like-to-like move. It means migrating databases within the same engine family using a lift and shift strategy. For example, MySQL to Cloud SQL for MySQL, PostgreSQL to Cloud SQL for PostgreSQL or to AlloyDB for PostgreSQL, and SQL Server migrations to Cloud SQL for SQL Server. Whether you're migrating a single application or planning a large project, the most common approach is to begin with homogeneous migrations, as they often yield the highest value in a short period of time. DMS also supports heterogeneous migrations, and many customers use both. When it comes to migrations, we tend to hear the same concerns from users. My team is not proficient in setting up and managing migration infrastructure. How can I minimize downtime during migration? What's the best way to keep the high fidelity of the data? How do I ensure data security? Will I face unpredictable costs as part of the process? For these reasons, some customers feel more comfortable deploying native database utilities using in-house custom scripts. While this approach may be manageable for small-scale or one-time migrations, it still requires knowledge about cloud and networking configurations in order to carefully monitor the process. When planning large-scale or multiple migrations, the complexity increases. DMS, Database Migration Service, is built to remove those risks. It simplifies and automates homogeneous migrations by leveraging the native capabilities of the database engine itself with a streamlined serverless process. Here's a quick rundown as to how DMS works. DMS takes a full copy dump of the source database to a temporary disk using native tools and loads it onto the Cloud SQL or AlloyDB target instance. Once the upload is complete, DMS automatically sets up and manages a continuous data application stream, CDC, where any changes to the source, such as inserts, updates, or deletes, are captured and applied to the destination in near real time. Because the destination is continuously in sync with the source, the actual final cutover to switch application traffic is a simple planned event with minimal downtime and impact on end users. So what about the process complexity? DMS handles all the underlying infrastructure for the migration process. Its serverless nature ensures high-performance replication at scale, automatically handling fluctuations in data change volume without manual tuning. DMS also guides you through setting up public or private network connections to ensure your sensitive data is protected while in transit. Once the data lands in Cloud SQL or AlloyDB, it is encrypted at rest and in transit by default, immediately benefiting from Google Cloud's robust security framework. And what about the cost? Well, we have good news for you. Using DMS is free of charge. You can test out migrating your crucial data as many times as you want in order to understand the process and observe the impact on your applications. Once you feel comfortable and you're ready to use your new database on its own, then you get to enjoy all the services that Google Cloud has to offer. To help you understand how DMS works, I'll share an example of a migration job. In the console, navigate to the Database Migration Service and create a migration job. Get started by entering a name and select the source engine. You can choose between a one-time and a continuous migration. We'll choose a continuous migration. Review the prerequisites, full dump configuration if you'd like to customize it, and the connectivity settings. Define your source by entering your connection details, IP, port, username, and password. The system creates a connection profile, which you can later use in other migration jobs to access your source. Define your destination. You can choose a Cloud SQL instance that you already provisioned, or create a new one via DMS. Define how you would like to connect to the source. In this case, we will choose public IP, and allow list the IPs on our source. Now we're all set. Let's connect to the source and choose the databases we'd like to migrate. We'll do a final test. And now we can start the job with confidence. What happens next is that DMS runs the initial full dump. After the full dump completes, CDC starts automatically. From now on, the migration job will continue to replicate all changes between the source and destination until you're done testing your application and ready to do the switch. Then, when you're ready, choose a quiet time to minimize replications and promote the destination database. Just like that, you're done. DMS turns a complex migration into a guided, low-risk workflow with a minimal downtime, high-fidelity data transfer, and no migration server management, which in turn frees up your team to focus on the innovation that happens after you're on the managed cloud database. We invite you to join thousands of customers using DMS for free and experience how it accelerates your business.